How do they do that with Islam, with in Xinjiang province and the others, where there are Muslims out there, and that has to be taught in Arabic, right?
Ruthless, In fact, they're not allowed to do fasting, in during Ramadan. Can you imagine? You're not allowed to name your children like Muhammad and, all the classic Muslim names. Anything associated with Islam. You can give secular names. And party officials are forced to eat. Also, during our Sagadawa, which is like Buddha Jayanti month, we do fasting. All the party officials, you're forced to attend your office, sit down together during lunch, and you are forced to eat. That controlling. So that's why there was a huge protest. It continues to have protests in Xinjiang. That's why the Chinese government found it so unbearable that they put around 2 to 3 million people in quote unquote concentration camps. Essentially labor camps. They don't allow you to practice.
Where are the humanitarian agencies around the world? How come there's no protest? There's no talk about this? I believe even the mosques, they're not allowed to have the green, the mosque, what makes them look like a mosque. It's just a normal building.
Normal building, not just that, they destroy. They come with some excuses, you have violated this rules, that rules, municipality rules. They just demolish. So it's amazing that, some other Islamic issue, let's say Palestine, other issues.
Right? Pakistan, keep quiet. Pakistan keeps quiet about this.
I remember an interview with Imran Khan. He said, you talk about Palestine all the time, which is a legit issue, of course. Everybody deserves human rights. What about Xinjiang? I can't talk about it. Look, same Muslim people, same mosques you are talking about, same Allah you are talking about, and then same Imam are being imprisoned, right? How come one is, you can speak with your loudest voice and one you just keep quiet? So there is this, interestingly, even Xinjiang issue, there's less support among Muslim countries because it's China. So destruction of one some mosques, in Xinjiang is all right, but not in other places. So it's a very serious issue. Some good friends, and this awareness needs to be created. But you have mentioned why other NGOs cannot talk about. Now Chinese government is effectively banned for journalists and scholars to enter Tibet or Xinjiang or Inner Mongolia. And they do allow few YouTubers now, very controlled, right? They give few access, In fact, there is a British guy, YouTuber, who came to India and he visited Majdu Katila here. And he talks about Dalai Lama and Tibet issue, Tibetan government exile very freely. Same guy, he goes to Tibet and he doesn't say a word, Now YouTubers, they need, viewers, and to get access, they'll keep quiet, right? If you're a journalist, trained journalist, your credibility is at stake and you have to be objective, So that's how they control. They don't allow anybody. So that's why journalists in Beijing, they say that it is easier to travel to North Korea than to Tibet.
Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching ANI podcast with Smita Prakash.
अगर हम उसको मस्जिद कहेंगे तो फिर विवाद होगा।
The issue is टूटा है क्या भारत?
400 पार का मतलब ये है कि संविधान खतरे में है।
क्या हम लोग ये निर्देश देते हैं कि फला को गिरफ्तार करके जेल डाल दें?
वही तो कह रहे हैं सब।
ये बेबुनियाद निराधार आरोप।
सच्चा सुनना चाहो देखो स्मिता प्रकाश ANI, it does not lie.